Hello, my name is Neida Lopez. This video is for the course Qualitative and Quantitative Research. In this opportunity, I'm going to be analyzing an article to determine if it has a qualitative research or not. The article that I'm going to analyze in this video is called the Techniques in Teaching Listening Skill, and it was written by Hidayat Law, as you can see here. The article shows a search made in an Islamic school to determine which are societies and techniques used by English teachers for the development and improvement of listening skills. My purpose is to determine the qualitative methodology used in this research. So to begin, I want to indicate the objective of the research, which focuses on exploring understanding educational phenomena, which in this case are effective techniques to teach listening skills for language learners. We can find that in this part of the article, in the page 42, they say, based on the problem stated, the purpose are first to investigate some kinds of techniques applied by the English teacher to improve students' ability in English listening, and second, to better understand the students' ability towards the materials given in listening class. This aspect is the first characteristic that this research shows. It is based on a qualitative methodology because, as we remember, qualitative research is focused on investigate issues or phenomena measure variables, like quantitative research. so, a such, so a certain way that we can say that it is qualitative research, but it's not the only aspect that shows these another elements of illustrate the type of methodology used it in our research are the type of data that has been collected, the instruments used, it and the way the data is analyzed. We have to remember that in our qualitative methodology, research use data based on participants' perspective, observing the way the problem is perceived by the individuals or groups involved there. For qualitative research, use open-ended questions that allow participants express their points of view and the assertion made interpretation of the meaning of the date. This is why the date is collected through interview questions, case studies, and observation. In this article, we can find that elements fit of all the article versus the population that is being researched. In this case, is an English teacher and 200 27 students of the 10 grade. At main 3 Bahamas. This population was reduced to 20%, so we finally have 48 students and a teacher. And then they describe the principal characteristics such as class, sex, and number. Then the article expresses the techniques used for data collection, which are observation, interview, um, documentary. How we can find this where the article says. I could to obtain the date. It is used the techniques of date collection. The date were collection by observation. The fleet operator came to the school and directly observed the condition of teachers, administration, staff, students in school facilities. That's about it observation, but we also mention the writer observe in classroom or language laboratory directed to get some information about some techniques, additional skills, and then about interview the writer mentioned. I covered the writer interview directly with summarizing the person such as handmaster, English teacher, students, and administration staff to obtain data related to the primary or secondary dates, and finally about the commentary. The article says a code to look for alright and reports related to this study. It was used documentation to support the other techniques by collecting the data students scores in listening class. So those are exactly the principal qualitative techniques of another collection that we know. However, there's more aspects about that health as see that our mind is a qualitative data research, like how was this data analyzed in this another method that determines desirable is a qualitative method. The article expresses that I was analyze it through our described analysis and conclude through an induced method. In this part, the article says I could, after the data have been collected, and interpret the writer analyze it by using this qualitative analysis. In this sheet, the writer connected all of the data in writing form so that it would show some techniques in teaching listening and students' ability in listening class. Afterward, the conclusion was drawn using inductive method for a simple one to general. That's how a collective analyzes the information in a qualitative research that is analyzing it inductively verbal. It some particulars to general terms describing the aspects found about phenomenon. So exactly as the writer said in the article, we can find here the findings and discussions kinds of techniques of English teacher applied into listening class, and the article shows a very single technique that they found, such as interval information transfer for the first and translating answering question from voice and filling in blanks and answering to show comprehension of messages. And then the article describes every single technique with all the things found about these techniques. First, we can find this chart with the service scores for every single technique to determine if it's good or not. Then is a remedy made for each technique. Um, Finally, the discussion each, for each one. One, two, three, 4, 5, and all the discussion findings about age technique, all the seeds that prints that were found in the research. Finally, they wrote a conclusion exposing the important elements that they found in the research. Finally, I want to mention the type of approaches used in the article and how they are connected to our qualitative method. The article analyzes what are dictation techniques for listening skills and how they work in the students using information from a practical field and analyzing a population of teachers and students in a social way such as observation, the commentary, interviews, etc. This shows that the article search is based on a constructed in word via with um, ethnographic design due to the fact that the assertion seeks to silence the techniques used in a main from the use of participant, and if we remember these are exactly the basic approaches for a qualitative study. I hope you can understand me, and thanks so much for watching this video. Bye bye. God bless you.